Hi, and welcome to the MySG Prop podcast, where we explore smart property investing and uncover insights from Singapore to the region. I'm Rainey, and with me today, as always, is CS.
Thanks, Rainey. Good to be back. And today, February 2nd, 2026, we've got a really packed weekly update for you, especially with our Market Pulse segment, diving deep into market trends, statistics, research, and studies. It's going to be an insightful one.
Oh, I'm already excited. Let's kick things off with some hot news from Singapore. The market has been buzzing, right? I saw something about Newport and Nara's sales figures, and my jaw just dropped. Newport residences, 57% sold during the VVIP preview? What is going on, CS? And Nara, almost 25% unit sales? Is it just timing or location, or what's the secret here? Is the VIP early bird access truly the way to go these days?
That's exactly it, Rainey. It certainly seems like the VVIP preview is becoming a crucial factor for these high-end launches. For Newport, we're looking at prices around $3,370 per square foot and Nara at about $2,180 per square foot. These numbers, while seemingly high, reflect the luxury segment and often the perceived value of exclusivity and a premium lifestyle. For the average Singaporean, it indicates a strong, albeit selective, appetite for high-end properties. It doesn't necessarily drive up prices everywhere, but it shows confidence at the top tier.
Exclusivity. So it's not just about the bricks and mortar, but the whole experience, huh? Who do you think these projects are targeting? Empty nesters, or perhaps young professionals with deep pockets, maybe even foreign investors?
Most likely a mix, Rainey. For Newport, with its prime location and luxury branding, it's certainly appealing to high net worth individuals, perhaps empty nesters looking for a central, convenient, and exclusive living space, or even foreign investors seeking a stable asset in a global city. Nara, while also premium, might cast a slightly wider net, but still very much within the affluent segment, perhaps appealing to young professionals ready to upgrade or families prioritizing location and amenities.
Fascinating. Now moving on to something that really caught my eye, the investment sales boom, $34.1 billion in 2025. That's the highest in 8 years. Is the party truly back, or are we just living on borrowed time? And what about our 2026 predictions?
Well, it's a significant surge, no doubt about it. Several factors are driving this, including a relatively stable interest rate environment, continued foreign demand for Singaporean assets, and perhaps some strategic government policies aimed at stimulating certain sectors of the market. The big question, as you rightly point out, is sustainability. While the growth is strong, investors need to assess the global economic climate and potential policy shifts. It's certainly a market for cautious optimism, not reckless abandon. We need to watch our 2026 predictions very closely.
Cautious optimism. I like that. So, on a different note, something that brings a bit of relief to many of us. Shorter waits for BTO flats. Finally. But what does this mean for those of us relying on the resale market?
That's a good question. Shorter BTO waits are definitely good news for first-time buyers and those who qualify, offering more affordable and brand-new options. This increased supply in the BTO market generally has a cooling effect on resale HDB prices, as some demand shifts away from resale. For sellers, it might mean adjusting expectations slightly, while for buyers in the resale market, it could present more opportunities and potentially a bit more negotiation power. It's a balance between the affordability and newness of BTO versus the established locations and immediate availability of resale flats.
I suppose it's all about balancing those desires, isn't it? Okay, let's switch gears to new launch promotions. River Modern Preview. Book your VVIP viewing. Are river views truly worth the premium, CS? And what should potential buyers really look for when visiting such a preview?
River views definitely command a premium, Rainey. The appeal of waterfront living is undeniable. It offers a sense of tranquility, a connection to nature, and often an enhanced lifestyle with recreational options nearby. For River Modern, its location will be key. Buyers should consider not just the view, but also connectivity to public transport, proximity to essential amenities like schools and supermarkets, and any future development plans for the area that could impact its value. When you're at a VVIP preview, don't just be swept away by the glamour. Ask about the exact unit layouts, the materials used, the maintenance fees, and critically, the expected completion date. Look beyond the show flat and visualize your daily life there.
That's solid advice. And speaking of new concepts, CapitaLand's Gourmet Exchange, a food hub, a real estate play. This sounds like an interesting mixed-use development. What are your thoughts on this?
This is a fascinating concept. The rise of mixed-use developments is a strong trend, offering unparalleled convenience and a vibrant lifestyle right at your doorstep. Gourmet Exchange, by focusing on food, taps into Singaporeans' passion for culinary experiences. It's not just a place to live or work, but a destination. The target demographic would likely be foodies, families who appreciate having diverse dining options nearby, and investors who see the potential in a property that caters to a strong lifestyle trend. The ROI for a food-focused property could be significant, especially if it becomes a popular destination, but it also carries the risk of market saturation or changing culinary preferences. It's a calculated risk, but one with potentially high rewards if executed well.
Definitely sounds like something I'd want to check out, especially for the food. Now let's move to the resale market. Leiden Green, District 10, $3.5 million. Freehold. Is this the Singapore dream? Or perhaps a pipe dream for many?
Leiden Green is certainly a prime example of the Singapore dream for a specific segment of the market. $3.5 million for a 1,044 square foot, 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom, pool-facing unit in a freehold District 10 development is a substantial investment. The appeal of freehold properties in Singapore is immense. It offers long-term security, a strong legacy asset, and a sense of permanent ownership that leasehold properties don't. District 10 is synonymous with prestige, accessibility, and excellent amenities. Comparing this asking price to recent comparable sales in the area would be crucial to determine if it's fairly priced. For someone with that budget, you're looking for not just a home, but a lifestyle, a statement, and a sound long-term investment.
Absolutely. For $3.5 million, I'd be looking for a property that truly offers everything, from top-notch facilities to an unbeatable location and a sense of exclusivity. Now, let's take a peek overseas. London calling. Brand new apartments from £300,000. Tempting, but what's the catch? Is it too good to be true?
London, always a popular choice for overseas investment. £300,000 for a brand new apartment can be tempting, but one must always dig deeper. The appeal of London is its status as a global city, a strong rental market, and potential for capital appreciation. However, at that price point, you're likely looking at smaller units, possibly further out from the city center, or in emerging areas. It's crucial to investigate the developer's reputation and track record. The ROI needs careful consideration, factoring in not just rental yields and capital appreciation, but also currency fluctuations, stamp duty, legal fees, and ongoing management costs, which can be higher than in Singapore. Also, the regulatory environment for foreign investors in the UK has its own set of requirements.
And with Brexit and all the economic uncertainty, is London still truly a safe haven for property investors?
That's a very valid concern. Brexit has introduced some complexities and uncertainties, but London's fundamental strengths as a global financial and cultural hub remain. It's not a risk-free investment, but for many the long-term prospects outweigh the short-term fluctuations. Diversifying one's property portfolio, whether locally or internationally, is a strategy many astute investors employ.
Right. So overall, whether it's Singapore or London, it seems like the property market is still a hot topic, full of opportunities, but also requiring careful consideration and research. There's so much to think about in terms of market sentiment, investment strategies, and managing those risks.
Absolutely. The key is to stay informed, understand the specific drivers of each market, and always consult with qualified professionals before making any significant decisions.
That's all for today's podcast from MySG Prop. I hope you picked up something useful for your next property move.
Don't forget to follow or share this episode with someone who's into real estate too. More insights and new launch updates await you at mysgprop.com. Catch you next time.